For those of you who are not familiar with 1 Million Cups, it's part of the Kaufman Foundation. It's a national organization. Their goal is to educate, engage, and connect entrepreneurs and business owners. So I'm very excited to be here. Just as a quick reminder, on your phone, there's a 1 Million app. If you've already downloaded it, please check in. If you haven't, please download it from the App Store. We want to make sure that we count you as here. Those check-ins are really important because they let the Kaufman Foundation know how many people are here, which helps determine funding and support. So it's very important. It's not just a tedious, Jen told me to do it, so I'm going to do it.
So far, less than half of them have signed it.
Less than half of them have signed it. So please make sure you check in on the app or download it. It's also a great way to give feedback and capture any insights or thoughts about the presenter today. Before we jump into the presenter, I'm actually going to have our coffee sponsor, Sarah Joy from Sprint Business, come up and talk to us about Sprint Business.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We survived another week. We're going back into it. Holidays are kicking in. So what's a good holiday spirit than gifts and promotions and all that great stuff? So I'm with Sprint Business. So what you would see at the retail store, but I focus on commercial businesses, small to medium size. From 1 line to 3,000. It covers a lot of ground in this area. So we go from your mobile devices that you need to give out to your staff or yourself. If you wanted to give a cloud-based phone system instead of the traditional PBX, you can also do that through the cloud and the internet. GPS fleet tracking, so if you are getting a lot of vans or you're getting cars or any fleet that you want to track, as well as asset and inventory. I had no idea that Sprint did as much as we do. I really did not. So we cover Microsoft Office 365. So if you don't want to sign up for the whole year, you just want to do month to month or pay as you grow, pay as you go is what they want to say. I can help you, G Suite. So any sort of commercial business focus, anything that connects to the internet, I'm your gal, Sarah Joy with Sprint Business. I'm learning the tricks of the trade as we go, but I'll be happy to serve you in any way that I can. And thank you again for having me. Enjoy the coffee. I'll be here all month.
We also couldn't do this without our 1 Million Cups organizers. So you guys can come up front and just say hello to everyone. That would be great. Come on down. Please.
Oh, Tony Barnett with AOCP Solutions.
Jen Dalton, brand new.
Dave Morrow, 4 Steps Ahead Business Advisory Services.
Daniel Helms, currently looking for my next work opportunity.
Ooh, we can help with that.
Yes, we all can.
Thank you so much.
All right.
I'm very excited to announce our presenter today, Russ McIntosh with Vision Idea Design. He's going to come up and share his presentation and background on his challenge question for the next 6 minutes. Then we'll stop. And what I would ask you to do as he's speaking, really listen to understand the questions you can ask to get more information, and also the feedback you can give. We want to make sure we give positive, constructive feedback. Any ideas that you are running through your head, you can also jot them down on the index cards in front of you. We do give that to Russ at the end. So with that, I'm going to kick us off. Would you come up and moderate and introduce yourself? Sure. Come on up. And then Russ, come on up.
So good morning, everyone. I'm Hala from Center Strategies. Today I'm going to be taking all the questions and answers with us. I'm excited to see what you're going to be presenting today. And so at the end of the presentation, I'll be here to take some questions from the audience and make sure that you capture ideas inside that you want to share with us at the end of the session on the card. So welcome, everyone. Thank you.
All right, so like Donnell does, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Let's get this started. I'm Russ McIntosh, the owner of Vision Idea Design, head creative director. We're located here in Fairfax City, right in the heart of it, in between the high school and the center of town. We love being in the city. We love being in the county. I've been in Northern Virginia since '83. I've been transplanted here. And it's been my life here. We have over 25 years of graphic design experience and knowledge in the DMV area. We've worked all around the DC area, from Largo to Gaithersburg, down to Fredericksburg, Richmond, including Richmond, No, yeah, sorry. And some of the work we've done has been seen all over the greater area, from Comfort Shoes custom signs in Old Town Alexandria to the large Carfax sign that's on the side of 66 everybody drives past most of the days. We also do large mass market printing for customers, and a lot of them are over in Gaithersburg. We also help out some trade show exhibits and displays that are shown in Landover. We know and have built long-term relationships with local vendors and specialists in the area. Just recently, we helped Patriots Pub and Grill with their neon sign. There's only 3 places in the East Coast that actually has a neon sign anymore. Everybody else has LEDs, but they need that comfort and warmth of the neon sign. And luckily, I was able to track down a friend of mine that still does neon and was able to provide that for them. And so that's kind of the gist of us. Know more about Vision Idea Designs and know more about Russ. And well, I'm a family guy. Got 3 daughters, a stepson, a loving wife, great friends. I'm also a musician singer. I know some people have asked, am I in a band or something? Yeah, I have been in bands numerous times throughout my years. We've opened up for Grammy nominated acts. Played a large show done people from 5 people to thousands of people. This was over at Reston Town Center. We had performance over there. I'm also a nationally awarded artist. My work has won first place in numerous art events throughout the region, or throughout the country, from Portland, Oregon, down to San Diego, Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Chicago, Texas, Colorado. The list just goes on and on. And started out in the sign company is how I started out in the graphic design industry. I learned everything from the neon signs to wrapping vehicles to doing glass doors to everything that goes along with that. I got so far in the company that I couldn't go anymore except taking over. So I transferred careers and went into the exhibit industry. And we did everybody from small trade shows to little pop-up banners to large displays for RCA, Sony, Adidas. Also did some comic book publishing for quite a few years. At one point we had 12 different books that we were publishing for different artists and writers. Also worked for the FDA News. That was a great organization because it was in a bullpen setting. You remember seeing on TV and news articles about newsrooms that are just yelling and, oh, we need this here, we need that there, we need a reporter. Well, the great thing about the FDA News is we're located right here, or they're located in the DC area. So the reporter says, hey, somebody said something on CNN. Well, get somebody over to the hill. 5 minutes later, somebody was out the door and running up to the hill. And it was a great energy there. But unfortunately, the news industry, the print industry took a hit in the 2000s, and I adjusted careers again. And we started working with a marketing company out in Gaithersburg and did everything from brochures, postcards, CD duplications, catalogs, you name it. It was printed, we could do it for you. And from there, I started my own company, Vision Idea Design, and I brought some designers along with me. Kel Nuttall, he's been with me for over 20 plus years. He loves his dog, Mr. Woods. He's been around for years. He also has helped me with some of the comic book publishing. Bob Barrett, he loves the sun, he loves music, he's a great artist. He does the stuff that needs a little more special customization. And then we've got a couple other freelancers that we hire as well. That's kind of Vision Idea, and Vision Idea Design. Some of our services we offer, or this is just in a nutshell, but logo design, everything from realtors to government contractors to local pubs and breweries. We also help with signage, so the large format signs, the neon sign I was telling you about earlier, pop-up banners, anything that has text and graphics on it, we can assist you with. Book design. A few years back, a friend of mine asked me, because he knew I was into publishing, he asked me if I could help him with a book design. And his wife was dying of cancer, and she was in the cancer treatment facility for quite some time, and I would sit in the waiting room waiting for her to go through the process. And as he's waiting, he started writing the story of how they met and fell in love and became a family and became a great unit. And he wanted to have her hold that book and read it before she passed away, because he knew time was short. So I helped him design it. We got it published, formatted, and up online so people could buy it if they wanted to. He just wanted to get it in his wife's hand. Well, he got it in his wife's hand. She started loving it, and then her treatment started taking. She started getting better and healthier. Well, he also started making a lot of sales on Barnes & Noble and Amazon, and he started becoming in demand, and they asked him to attend some book signings and book conferences, and so he asked me to help him with the trade show of getting the banner, getting the backdrop, getting the paraphernalia, the bookmarks to go along with that. The day that he had his first signing, his wife came up to me. Her hair had grown back out, and she gave me a big hug, saying, "Thank you, Russ, for everything you've done for us, for our family." I'm like, I didn't do anything. Carl did all this work. He did all this. He's like, no, but you helped him. You helped see his dream and pursue that vision with him. You're part of this. Thank you so much. That's one thing we love doing, is helping others. We love packaging. Colin's hot sauce, moonshine labels. We even do custom labels for anniversaries and birthdays. A few years back, my wife had her 29 again birthday party, and everybody that was in the restaurant, whether they were drinking wine or drinking beer or whatever, had a little label on the exterior of their beverage that said 29 again ale or what have you. And so many people were coming in that they're like, "Well, what is that? Everybody else is drinking that. We want some of that." Come to find out that I had custom designed it for her. We do that for other friends. And we also do print collateral, so anything from brochures, books, catalogs we can help with. We also do apparel and trade show exhibit items. Anything that has text and graphics on, we can assist you with. And of course, websites, email, newsletter, blasts. That's the main thing everybody asks for, so I always keep that in. And that's kind of the services we offer. But Vision Idea Design itself, we love helping the community. We are a community business, and we're a member of the Central Fairfax Chamber of Commerce. I'm actually an ambassador. They elected me 2 months back to be the ambassador. Proud of that. I'm also a member of the Northern Virginia Chamber of Commerce. It's a great organization as well. We love helping the community, whether it's right paths, helping out, giving donations of artwork, helping doing pro bono work, being there for grand openings for other friends and relatives and our clients and so forth. I always keep saying friends, and when it's actually like my clients, it's a problem I have that once you become my client, you become my friend as well. We also love Toys for Tots organization. My grandma was one of the first women Marines, and so we regularly support the Toys for Tots organization and give back to the Marines as much as we can. And the Northern Virginia Veterans Association, we do a lot of pro bono work for them. They need the help, they need the assistance. Our vets are what helps our country survive and become what it is. And we love local businesses. So Alta Strata, we help revamp their exterior signage, their marketing outside.
That's a Mosaic, right?
I'm sorry? At the Mosaic District, yes. Patriots is now located in Mosby Building and on Main Street in Fairfax City. Capstone Chiropractor, we're located in Sterling. And Intelligent Office. This one is actually the office in off of Wakel's Mill.
Hey Rose, I want to make sure we have time for questions.
Yeah, and we're just about there.
Perfect.
So that's Vision Idea Design in a nutshell. And the question we're asking is, how should we game plan and target market to attract and gain more restaurants, pubs, wineries, microbreweries, distilleries? They're kind of the niche that we want to go after now, and kind of looking for advice on how to achieve that.
Awesome.
So we're Vision Idea Design.
Perfect. Wow.
It
touches on everything. I was very impressed. Thank you very much. Seriously, and I can tell like you're talking with still have passion for what you're doing, the artistic things. So a couple of reminders. Please make sure to check in using your 1 Million Cups app, and then the card is for all your questions, ideas, notes that we can hand to us at the end of the session. So let's go ahead and start with the questions. Tony.
Okay. All right, so Russ, with all your relationships, moving to your question, Do you have any good, strong relationships with any commercial real estate people? Because every one of those places, usually when they're moving, relocating, or starting up, the first thing they're gonna be doing is they'll be going to a real estate agent or a real estate broker to try and find a property to lease, to establish themselves.
Okay.
That's usually the ideal time to try and get in there with the introduction as the graphic designer, to start doing their signage and branding and stuff like that. Do you have a good swath of relationships there?
Not for commercial realtors. I know a lot of
Residential.
realtors, but not so much on the commercial side.
Okay, because there are a bunch of commercial realtors who are part of the Northern Virginia Chamber.
Okay.
So ask them to start introducing you to them.
Oh, great.
Leverage that association.
Yeah.
And have them grow that for you and get those introductions.
Okay.
So your question?
It's more of to get a better understanding of why you selected that to be your niche, because you obviously covered such a large variety. What?
We actually, the projects we've worked on recently with Altastrada and Patriots Pub, were so fun for our entire team that we all had such a passion in working with it. That was a lot more fun than doing some of the general or government contract work that
Okay.
we sometimes get. It was just a more fun niche, and the entire company was excited to be working on those projects. So I figured if everybody's excited about it, let's focus on that. So.
So my previous life before where I do now was in the restaurant business and that whole area. I would suggest looking at the local trade shows that might be, first of all the distributors that are around have trade shows, and maybe try to get in with the Cisco's US group, maybe just to talk to them about, maybe they might let you have a booth at their show, and that's where they captivate all their customers come there, and maybe they would allow you to pay for a booth and have it at their show.
Okay. So Cisco, Kimi, US Foods.
Yeah, all those, I
okay.
mean, they all have their own, and that's where, that's where you're gonna get the buyers and the owners of these restaurants.
Yeah.
Secondly, maybe contact, some of the, the big wine, I forgot what they're called, but they have the big wine festivals.
Okay.
Perhaps a booth at a wine festival would give you, now it's gonna give you exposure to all those vendors that might be there.
That's true.
I don't know, that's just a suggestion, but you gotta get to them, and there's also some, I'll dig through my notes, there's a networking group that focuses specifically on restaurants.
I've heard about them. I can't find them.
I'll dig, I was part of
to
that.
the.
Yeah.
Hi, John Lopez with Fishing Sport. CoJam is the event planner that we're thinking of. But basically, they do a lot of the like the Taste of Paul's Church or the Taste of Vienna or
Yeah.
Viva Vienna. Any of those places that are doing one of those festivals around. I don't even necessarily think. I think you just need to go and walk the booths, because typically the owners or a senior manager is going to be there as they're because they want feedback on their food.
Yeah.
And so I think just walking through those places, it's sort of it's fun, and
Yeah.
it'll put you in touch with the right people, one right after another.
That's great.
Jen?
Restaurant Week is coming up, so I might create a special marketing package just for Restaurant Week in DC and Restaurant Week around here.
Yeah.
I think it's in January, February timeframe, but that could be something where you could create really unique marketing materials just for the tables, that specific menu, things like that. So just something to think about.
Yeah.
I'm looking at 3 of the 4 on your list. My career is some of the reason I'm thinking about counting. So the number of those businesses that exist in that area is a total percentage is pretty high. So I would suggest that you take the opportunity to check out what events you can get to allow the chamber to understand what goes out there. Because I know that many of those types of businesses are also very active in our chamber. So
That's good. I never pursued a Loudon Chamber.
So, one of the things I've noticed at a lot of the local farmers markets is that they have a lot of these people show up, and you don't have to invest a lot of time or money. You find, I know certainly the Logan Circle Farmers Market in DC, which I think is still in your geographic area.
Yeah.
DuPont Circle, sorry. So there's a few of those. I'm not sure what the regulations are in Virginia, but the same way you'll find owners at some of the Taste of festivals, you'll find the owners at the farmers markets too.
So
This is a guerrilla marketing moment for you. Most of the restaurants in this area, most of the wineries in this area, most of the breweries in this area are now operated and owned by corporate entities. Okay? Franchises and corporate entities. Yeah. What you need to do is start approaching the corporate entities with a marketing package. Even if you have to deliver it by FedEx or hand deliver it to the corporate offices if they happen to be around here, that's what you need to do. You need to step up in that way. Okay, so I'm not bragging, I'm going to tell you right now, I am friends with the company that owns Elevation Burger. They have several other restaurants that they're opening up. You and I get coffee, I'll do the introduction for you, because they need a marketing.
I appreciate that a lot.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right.
This might be an old-fashioned way, but have you made a list of breweries and just approached them? Because it actually
There's hundreds of breweries and wineries in the area, and I've tried approaching the salesperson or whoever's putting on the marketing for the event. I've been to the Chamber of Commerce, Central Fairfax Chamber of Commerce recently had an anniversary that they had a tasting event at, and I approached several businesses there and are working with some of them. So that is great.
Angel from Wells Fargo. How are you currently marketing for it? Are you on social media? Are you on things like that where you're displaying examples? I know you showed us some examples in your PowerPoint here.
Yeah.
Some of the things that you've done. Have you put that on social media and had short?
We have several advertisements on social media, but we're not at the point where we're paying Facebook the ad rates, so we're kind of doing it organically, which isn't working very well with Facebook because they're blocking everything.
Just two thoughts. One, do you have case studies for the work you've already done and how your design helped?
I have a couple for Altistrada and
Okay.
Patriots.
The other thing I would throw out there, and this may not be worth the time or effort, so it's just an idea, maybe make a top 10 or top 25 restaurants, pubs, wineries, microbreweries, like an infographic in this area for 2019, and do these are the top 20 on Yelp, and then reach out to them and say, hey, I've made this infographic, just want to share it. Like something that they'll use and promote that will stay top of mind for them. So just something to think about.
Restaurant business is also there's people there that are transient.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're cooking for someplace for 3 years and then you're on and you're starting your own or you're going somewhere else.
Yeah.
There's there's a new microbrewery that just opened up where the second, third person at Loose Cannon left Loose Cannon and started their own.
Oh, wow.
So I'm just saying, look at your current clients and just and ask them, if they're already friends.
Yeah.
Say, hey, who do you know at other restaurants that can you give you a little handshake introduction?
Yeah.
I guarantee they've got it. Patriots have been around forever. They probably have,
they just
probably
recently
have
introduced
staff
me to
that is
more.
that are at 10 different places.
Yeah.
So I actually have a couple of questions. So who are your competitors and who are you up against? So when you approach businesses, what are the challenges for them to, do they consider you or do they sort of say thank you, but we already have, so
Yeah, a lot of the competition is, there's a lot of graphic design students fresh out of college that can do the lower rates, and restaurants are all about the bottom line. So that's kind of major competition, and they'll do a job here or there and then disappear, and then they'll start another job, and the brand doesn't stay consistent. So that's one thing that I'm doing with my companies is, or the clients I work with, is keeping that brand consistent throughout everything we do, from the very beginning of the logo design all the way through to the restaurant aspect.
Yeah, so and that might be an area to anticipate those types of sort of competitors, kids fresh out of school, working cheap, they can produce with graphics pretty quickly, they can produce things, but the differentiator that you bring might be that thing to focus on if you're not already.
Yeah, Russ, I have a relative who owns a silver business, and she's in New York. And while I was helping her out, one of the things that I noticed in that line of businesses was that the menus, she would repeatedly do the menus because all those businesses have changes in what they offer.
Yeah.
And I said, so one of the things was that she make any money on that? The answer was no, not really. But that's the in way to become so they can become one of your clients.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say, I think, and by the way, she's in a franchise, which is kind of like Tony here, I had a shout out. I think that franchises are a good way also to get into the business. But I would think that as part of your marketing campaign, maybe the menu will be a way to get into and have the businesses know you. And then you can get the other signage and marketing materials and so forth.
Yeah, that's what we're doing with Autostrada. They're actually a franchise based out of Boston. But the gentleman at Mosaic, the general manager there, liked my work, and we started working together, and we've had a great friendship at that time. And he's been trying to get me into the DC store to help them as well. So that is a great avenue to pursue.
Any other questions?
So you said that you are more expensive. Like, do you do just the design, the graphic design, or do you do printing and
Everything. We're all inclusive.
So did you figure out where you are higher in prices, in the design or the production?
It's more on the design side because the student right out of college can give them a dirt rate price. I've been working with the same vendors for 25 plus years. I know who has the quality products and who's the good one for doing banners, who's good for doing brochures, who's good for menus and signs and so forth. So I have great relationships with all of those, and then I also take into consideration the client's location. So if they're right next to a Minuteman Press, and I've got a great relationship with Minuteman Press, we'll try to get them that expedition of here's the printing area, and we'll get it over to you in just a few minutes and so forth, as opposed to, oh well, it's all the way in Alexandria, I'll get it out to Loudon in a few days. So that's a great thing about working in the DMV area is I know so many of the different vendors in the area, so I can expedite things with my clients.
That's a really point. So.
Brooke Walker, Cox Business. So I think just what you're doing right now, just telling people what you're focusing on is huge, perfect. So I think keep just spreading the word, because I have a restaurant that a client in Alexandria that I know he's doing a lot of remodeling, a lot of different things, and so I'll put you in contact with him. But I think exactly what you're doing, just keep spreading the word at all the chamber events that you go to and all that stuff. So I think you're doing a good job sharing your story.
Just one more quick suggestion. I know you're going for restaurants and pubs and stuff, but have you thought about just getting your brand out there and people being able to see your designs going for food trucks and things like that?
We haven't pursued food trucks. That's a
Make
great
menus.
idea.
There's a lot of them obviously in DC on the weekends where you can just go straight to the person who owns the food truck and runs the business.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they have actual brick and mortar restaurants as well, but they just use a food truck as a second source of revenue. So that could be something that you do because food truck owners will always talk to each other if they like how their truck looks or their menu looks or if it looks more attractive. So it could be something that helps you out.
That's very good. Thanks.
I know one of the investors for District Taco, so I'm happy to introduce you to them if you want to talk with them about what would it take to be the marketing person. Another thought, because you're a member of so many chambers, you may want to develop a sort of restaurant package for chambers, for new chamber members, that they can get started. Because if they're a new chamber member, it probably means they're new to the market, they're just opening. So have an opening package. Also, when I'm on your website, there's not anything that lets me know this is a good niche for you or the types of clients you serve, at least not at first blush. So one thing I would do, perfect, because I think you'll want to have like, who do we work with, and then showcase this, because right now it's not clear that this is a great market for you, that you've done a lot of awesome work in this space.
Russ, back to the guerrilla marketing thought process again. With all the talents and skills you've had over the years, do you still have friends that you perform with?
Music-wise?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Here's the secret to how you're going to be able to push out to all the areas, at least around Fairfax or around this area. Put on a concert. put on a party where you're the featured person, where you rule all the materials and the marketing materials for that event, and you invite every single prospect, and what you do is you invite a couple of your existing clients to do the food, to promote themselves, and what you do is you put on a fun event in the spring. You have plenty of time to plan it out. There are plenty of places around Fairfax you can do it, where it's your concert, it's your party, you have all the materials there, you have your existing clients that are providing food, and you invite all of the prospects and all of the targets that you want to come to your party. Because then guess what? It's your party, and you have then complete control of everything. You set up a registration site, for yourself, and capture all of the invites and all the contact information for everyone you're reaching out to.
That's very good.
Tie it with one of your charities and too.
Yeah, partner with a charity that brings
Right, Pass. I love working with them.
Okay, yeah, exactly. Use every aspect that you have and just put on one big party, and this is Russ's party. And everybody benefits, and in the end, you get a whole ton of people sitting there going, wow, you're really cool. Can I work with you?
I like that. I like that a lot.
Similar to the infographics, whatever you think is like the biggest, your most difficult person to approach or company to approach, if they have a menu that you think you can make better, why not give it a shot?
Yeah.
And like recreate whatever thing you think they would like, and send that in the mail as, hey, this is just a taste. This is what I would recommend. Would love to have an opportunity to discuss how I got there, but just do, again, like already do some work for them to show that you've already done your homework and you have value to bring or a different insight. Usually when they're big, legal and everything has to get involved, so there's some research on that end, or copyright your design so they don't just take your work.
Definitely.
Right? But something like that where if you do some work ahead of time for them, that can make them take a second look at bringing you on.
Yeah, that's actually a great idea.
So, I don't know if you have partnered with somebody that does video, but I'm working, do video, and I'm working with this person that is also reaching restaurants to produce video. Maybe we can sit down with three of us together and think about it. And also I have a cooking show dinner. So I can invite you to my cooking show and you cook and you talk about business and it will be cooking for you.
That's a great idea.
Actually, it was very similar. What I was thinking, you have gigs of music, right? I mean, do you play in restaurants?
Well, sometimes.
Like breweries would probably like something like this. So I was going to say, go in as a musician, introduce yourself as a graphic design. Because once you play there, people like it. You have a personal relationship. Hey, this is my real business. But the party idea is great.
I love the party idea. Yeah, thank you.
Any other questions?
How many of these types of clients have you had?
We have 3 right now
Okay.
in the past year.
Okay.
Slightly off the wall idea, but along the lines of the commercial real estate approach. Any outside work needs permitting. A lot of times that permitting process takes a long time. It's public record. You might want to it's a good internship, have somebody go through the public records, find the restaurants and places in your target, see who's filed for a permit, and then target them and say, do you have somebody who's done the work for you yet? I don't know what, I would imagine you have to file the permit first before you actually create the sign unless you're
Yeah, you do. When I was with sign companies, you had to get permits in place before you do it.
So it's a good way to prospect a list of people who are actually needing your services quickly.
Yeah.
So it's an idea.
So, Russ, I was just thinking, what if you basically took like a bottle of wine or a 6-pack or a growler from one of these wineries or microbreweries and created a marketing label, put on the back of the bottle of their bottle, sent them their own beer with your marketing on it.
That's an idea.
I mean, it's low cost, and it's going to get their attention, especially if you do a great, even if you just do some great art number.
Yeah.
There's a variety of things you can play with that.
That's a good idea. I like that. Goes in the guerrilla marketing.
Sure.
Yeah, questions, awesome. So we choose to, we receive lots of, like great ideas here. So please just write those down so we can pass them to us at the end of the session. The last question is for Jen to do the close today.
What can we do for you? How can we help?
You guys can help spread the word, and the advice was great today, and that's what I was really looking for, was some of the advice on how to pursue this avenue. And Million Cups is a great organization. I love being sitting in the audience, but it's great standing up here too. Yeah, just the help you guys and advice that you have given is great so far.